Welcome everybody to the Critics Corner. Today is a special edition of the Corner. I'm here with my fellow colleague and movie lover, Mr. David Dunn with Southlake Style Magazine. And we are talking about a Christmas favorite of mine. Opinions vary on this from year to year. It's highly debated, especially online. It's like saying ketchup or catsup or, what have you. And most of those people are wrong because I think this movie is definitely a Christmas classic. There's a lot of evidence to prove this. We're talking about the 1988 movie Die Hard starring Bruce Willis, which is when he still had hair on his head.
Surprisingly, yeah.
You could also say the series of Die Hard is also about a man fighting male pattern baldness.
Pretty much, man. Yeah, it's hard to imagine a time where Bruce Willis had hair. The movie Die Hard tells the story of John McClane, not related to the politician, who gets trapped inside a building during a high-stakes heist, and he has to shoot, punch, stab, and fire his way out of the situation. The movie features an all-star cast, including not just Bruce Willis, but also Alan Rickman, Alexander Godunov, and Bonnie Bedelia. And it's directed by action veteran John McTiernan, who...
This was actually Alan Rickman's first leading role in a movie, by the way.
Yeah, right before he got into the Harry Potter movies as Snape. So yeah, let's talk about this, Andy, and let's start with the consensus that I think you and I can both agree on, which that Die Hard is an amazing movie.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's very.
When I visit LA, I am going to see the Fox Tower, which is known as Nakatomi Tower in the movie. Mm-hmm. I want to go see that. I want to go get a picture with it because I love Die Hard. I love everything about it. I love the commercial spoof they made this year with Die Hard batteries to incorporate Die Hard and Bruce Willis into the commercial, which was awesome. Very inspired. I get excited when I watch this movie.
It's a very exciting movie, and I don't blame you at all. It's one of those movies that keeps ratcheting up the tension bit by bit. And the fact that this movie that was released in 1988 and is still revered as one of the all-time classic action movies of all time, I think that speaks to this movie, and that speaks to the genius and the entertainment behind it. So we both agree Die Hard is amazing.
It's timeless. I can watch it over and over again, and I have, and it's great.
Yeah. It's a very entertaining movie.
It's almost the perfect action movie.
Yeah, I'd rank it up high up there for sure. But on to the disagreement.
Okay.
As you said, we're talking about today, which is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I say it is a Christmas movie because there's a lot of evidence, and I've done my homework. I'm not just shouting opinions.
Evidence. Just as much evidence of voter fraud, but you go ahead and...
oh, really? You're going to bring that into this? Wow, really?
Hey, you have just as much evidence, dude.
Hey, at least I was alive when the movie came out. I don't think you were a thought in your dad's mind when this came out. I was 5, bro. So
okay, so you're old. Congratulations.
Moving on.
you can cut that out if you want to.
No, that's fine. That's cool. Well, first of all, Die Hard. Let's compare Die Hard to a known Christmas movie. Example: White Christmas. Would you agree? White Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Yes, for some reason. Go ahead.
Okay. I have prepared a fact sheet here.
Oh, good gravy.
It's official. Okay. Die Hard, for example, and so this is Die Hard and White Christmas. Do they take place during the Christmas holiday? Yes. Die Hard in the entire movie takes place during the Christmas holiday. White Christmas, only in the final reel. Setting is a Christmas party. Die Hard entirely. White Christmas, final reel only. Number of Christmas songs. There's 3 in Die Hard. Let It Snow, Winter Wonderland, and Christmas in the Halls. And in White Christmas, there's 2. White Christmas and Snow. Party venue threatened. Yes, Die Hard by terrorists with, Alan Rickman reading the charge. And White Christmas by foreclosure. So, bank people, they're evil. Broadcaster with a hidden agenda, Die Hard, Dick Thornbug. White Christmas, Johnny Grant. German ringleader, Hans Gruber, Die Hard, White Christmas, Hitler. Government incompetence, FBI overreacts in Die Hard, White Christmas, Pentagon fires General Waverly, who owns the inn. And then, is there a Christ-like sacrifice? Absolutely. In Die Hard, John McClane is running barefoot over broken glass. Very important. And then in White Christmas, you have Danny Kaye. He upgrades Vera Ellen's train ticket. That's my first volley, sir, right there. Bam.
Good gravy. Okay, I'm going to start by saying already you put way too much effort into this.
No, I didn't put enough effort in this, son. I can go all day.
I do respect your effort, but my point is much more, I would say, simple rather than your check marks on a
I got more, so we got plenty of time here, bro.
We have plenty of time. We'll try not to let this go too long. Let me ask you a question instead of comparing this to other Christmas movies, Andy. What to you is the definition of a Christmas movie? Because I think that's really the important question here.
I think it has to take place during Christmas. I think that's if it's a key, integral part of the plot, that makes it a Christmas movie. You couldn't do It's a Wonderful Life without the Christmas element to it. You couldn't do Home Alone without the Christmas element to it. You couldn't do White Christmas without the Christmas element to it, or Miracle on 34th Street.
Or
I think that is the main core thing that makes it a Christmas movie, and I think you have that with Die Hard.
I agree with the aspect of a Christmas movie. Christmas is integral to the plot. It's integral to the premise. I definitely agree with that. Even with White Christmas, as you mentioned, obviously there's itemized different points. You show where Die Hard supersedes White Christmas, but Christmas is literally in the title. The climax takes place in Christmas. The penultimate realization of these characters and their plights takes place during Christmas. So I agree. A Christmas movie, you have to have Christmas vital to the plot, which is why White Christmas makes sense, which is why It's a Wonderful Life makes sense. Even though It's a Wonderful Life, a good chunk of the movie doesn't take place during Christmas specifically, but the final act and the biggest arc to James Stewart's character takes place during Christmas. So I would say those are Christmas movies. Here's why Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
If you took out all of the characters, all the dialogue, not all the dialogue, but most of the dialogue, all the situations, all the action sequences, everything in there, you ripped it out of the Christmas setting and you put it in another setting. You put it in New Year's Eve. You put it in Thanksgiving. You put it in Halloween. You put it in Easter. The movie works the exact same.
No.
The Christmas setting makes no impact
yes, it does.
on Die Hard at all. Okay, then what's your argument there? Why is Die Hard? Why is Christmas so vital to Die Hard's setting?
It just doesn't work because John McClane is coming back to meet up with his wife to reconcile, and it's at this holiday that he's making this visit.
You don't think it could work if this was on New Year's Eve? And a holiday, which, by the way, is much more romantic than Christmas is. Literally, midnight ends with kissing somebody. I would say New Year's Eve makes
maybe could work, but not as well as Christmas could.
I won't disagree that the Christmas setting works for Die Hard. I think it's a very fun way of subverting holiday traditions into this highly stylized, action-packed thriller of a movie. That does not mean it's necessary, and it isn't necessary. It's fun that it's in there.
Well, let me say this. It's a really long tradition that, movies use the Christmas season as, as kind of a major plot point in the movie where, it signalizes an end and the beginning of something, and, it gives the characters something to reflect on well, they look at their lives, and you see that in Die Hard. I mean, you see, his mission's just not just to kill a bunch of terrorists. Yeah, that's really cool, and he does it in a bunch of really cool ways. But his main mission in the beginning of the movie is to get back to his wife, to reconcile. So he couldn't really do that too well without Christmas, because Christmas is a time of bringing people together and thinking about others. And, he's thinking about his wife and his kids, and that's what makes it a Christmas movie.
True, but
and a lot of other Christmas movies.
True, but again,
Miracle on 34th Street, for example. You see that there.
Yes, and I don't disagree with that. The problem is the act of reconciliation is not Christmas specific. Like I mentioned, you could do it on New Year's Eve. It works just as effectively. You could do it on Valentine's. That makes it, again, romance-centered. That works there too.
Well, I've also got something that's quite entertaining for you as well. I found this online, and this is also cool. So take a listen, my friend. This is an article about Die Hard. So
okay.
"'Twas the night before Christmas at Nakatomi Plaza. The office party was festive, but soon was interrupted by drama. Hans Gruber and his men were forced their way in and taking everyone hostage, trapping them within. But how could they know there was a cop up above? John McClane had arrived to win back his wife's love. He could take them all out, winning everyone's praise, welcoming Christmas Day with his favorite catchphrase, yippee-ki-yay."
I mean,
Christmas movie.
That's a very clever and funny way of turning a very violent and over-the-top action movie into a Christmas hymn. That still does not make it a Christmas movie.
Well, Fox kind of disagrees with you there, bro. They cut a trailer to make it into a Christmas movie.
Okay.
There's a trailer that Fox made. Fox, who produced the movie, is marketing it as a Christmas movie. There is a trailer out there. I've watched it. It's very holiday festive. It gives me the warm fuzzies.
I respect that. I get that completely. Two things on that. One, Fox is the same studio that produced Fantastic Four. So if you're trying to make that as like, oh, beefing them up, I don't have much respect for Fox, especially now since they're sold it in Disney. But that's another conversation for another time. Second thing is they're cutting trailers, bits of an action movie into a Christmas-themed trailer, okay? You and I both know trailers can misrepresent the movies that they're exemplifying. And in marketing specifically, a lot of movies, a lot of movie studios will try to center things around Christmas just for the sake of marketing, for getting people into there. But also, other movies that are not Christmas movies are also cut together into Christmas trailers. Okay, remember Deadpool 2? Deadpool 2 is not a Christmas movie. Christmas does not take place in that movie. In fact, Christmas takes place in the first Deadpool movie. Yet, they have literally released an edited edition of Deadpool 2 called Once Upon a Deadpool that is Christmas-themed, but it is not a Christmas movie. It is still...
I never said Deadpool was a Christmas movie. And
that's
there was
fine.
no Christmas
the trailer was
in the original movie to make it
Christmas. So that's my point to there. Just because you can cut together clips and make it holiday-themed, holiday festive, that does not make it Christmas by nature. The movie itself makes the movie Christmas by nature. And
I've got some other proof for you there, bro.
Okay, go ahead. I'd love to hear your
and it's heading your way via Amazon. I ordered it today for you.
Oh, boy. Okay.
It's pretty awesome.
I have to see.
You'll be saying, "Thank you, Andy. You are the greatest friend ever."
You are the greatest friend ever, but not because of your wrong opinions.
What?
You are the greatest friend ever, but not because of your wrong opinions. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to show you this. I ordered you two things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Your mailbox is going to be very happy.
Die Hard coloring Christmas book.
Yeah, coming to your mailbox.
Okay.
That's the first thing you're getting. Here's the second one you're getting.
You shared this with me already.
They've made Die Hard into an illustrated holiday classic.
Okay, that's cool.
If it wasn't a Christmas movie, why would they make these items?
I don't know. Maybe because the movie takes place during Christmas.
That makes it a Christmas movie.
It doesn't. Okay. Here's my point on this. Okay, so first of all, thank you for your gift, Sandy.
You're welcome.
I will enjoy watching those.
That's $20 I spent a long time.
Just like this argument. So here's my thing. A movie taking place during Christmas is not evidence enough for it to be a Christmas movie. If that was the case, that would mean every Shane Black movie is a Christmas movie.
For our audience who don't know who Shane Black is, why don't you tell them who he is?
Yes. So Shane Black is a writer, director, actor. He was actually in the original Predator movie. He played Rick Hawkins. And he's produced a lot of great movies, very clever, very in-cheek, very funny, that all take place during Christmas. But, and this is the important part, are not Christmas movies. You have Lethal Weapon, takes place during Christmas, is not a Christmas movie.
I never said it was a Lethal Weapon.
You have Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, takes place during Christmas, also not a Christmas movie. You have Iron Man 3, takes place during Christmas, also not a Christmas movie.
But Christmas is
The
not
Nice Guys
plot
takes place during Christmas, is not a Christmas movie. So Andy, here's my rebuttal to you. If you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas, by extension, you have to treat all other movies fairly. You have to give them the same treatment. Otherwise, you're giving preferential treatment. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then Nice Guys is a Christmas movie.
I didn't say Die Hard was a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas. I said it's a Christmas movie because Christmas is an essential plot point that's crucial to the story.
So
what makes it a Christmas movie.
Okay, again, if it's crucial, I think you have to be very intentional about this, because if it's crucial to the plot point,
because that's why the terrorists break into Nakatomi Tower, because everyone's at a Christmas party.
Right. They could also be at a New Year's Eve party. It's not. You could be at an anniversary party for the office. It doesn't even have to be holiday centered.
But they also state that's why there's not going to be a lot of police there and stuff, because it's Christmas and there's not going to be a big response from the cops.
True. Again, could be New Year's. It's not. It's.
And I will go on a limb and also say,
okay,
and I believe this to be true, Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Same reasons.
To be fair, I have not seen Die Hard 2. I know. I'm ashamed about it too. I will watch Die Hard 2 at some point. I know. I can feel your judgment. I don't care. Okay, I will watch.
You better watch Die Hard 2 because that's awesome.
I'll watch Die Hard this Christmas season. I'll watch Die Hard 2 this Christmas.
Did you ever see Family Matters? The television show?
Yeah, okay. I love Family Matters.
Good, because Carl Winslow's in this movie, who plays Al Powell. That's awesome.
That's so much fun. I'm very excited about
You have to admit that is awesome, though.
It is awesome. It's very cool. But back to the matter at hand. What you and I both define as a Christmas movie is a movie where if you remove Christmas entirely from the premise,
it doesn't work.
Right. So here's another fair example.
Okay.
Shazam, superhero movie released in 2019, 2019, takes place during Christmas.
Really? You're using Shazam? Really?
Yeah, I'm using Shazam.
Holy wow.
Based in Christmas. Takes place during Christmas. The setting makes sense. It fits in with the family, the movie's theme on family and bonding. And I love it. I think it works well for it. But
it's a horrible movie. Don't watch Shazam. Very terrible. Sorry.
You don't want me to get started on another argument here, Andy. You're wrong about Shazam and you're wrong about Die Hard. But getting back to the point, Shazam takes place during Christmas. The Christmas setting does work for the movie. But as much as I love the movie, and I think it's an amazing movie, and it's one of the better done DC movies recently, it is not a Christmas movie because if you rip Christmas from the setting, you made it Thanksgiving, you made it Easter, you made it any other seasonal holiday, it works just as well. So Shazam, by definition, is not a Christmas movie.
Calling Shazam a good movie is like saying Green Lantern was an Academy Award winner.
No, saying Shazam is a bad movie is like saying Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and you're making both arguments. Uh, but 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 my argument here is simple. Shazam can work under any circumstance, regardless of the time setting it takes place in.
Die Hard.
Die Hard, you could take place in any setting besides Christmas, and it can work just as well.
Nope.
Therefore, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
It is. Sorry, you're wrong.
Okay, just because you keep saying that I'm wrong doesn't mean I'm wrong.
It is. I've given you a lot of good evidence here, sir.
You have.
I've got more. Come on.
Okay, go ahead. I'd love to.
I've got more, sir.
That I can dispel.
Showed you a poem. Showed you some books.
Yeah.
Showed you a lot of good stuff.
Hey. It's like my point I said earlier. That shows great marketing sense, not great Christmas sense.
Okay. Well, I've got some other points here, sir. John McClane's wife, she has a Christmas name. Holly Gennaro.
Okay.
Come on.
That's cool. No, I like it. That fits with the
John's buddy cop, Al Powell, who also played Carl Winslow in the great show Family Manners.
Yeah.
He's buying a gift for his wife at the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
Christmas. Santa Claus makes an appearance in the movie.
Wait, Santa Claus. Sorry.
Santa Claus makes an appearance in the movie as they stumble down the flight of steps during the early part of the movie. Also, it has a lot of Christmas spirit. The friendship between John and Al shows goodwill. Despite the emotional, stressful situation that they're going through. At the end of the movie, it snows in Los Angeles. You know what that means? That means Christmas miracle right there. Okay. And the screenwriter who wrote it says it's a Christmas movie. It was written by Steve Sanzu, who has been asked in several interviews whether the film is a Christmas movie or not, and he has confirmed that it is a Christmas movie. That's coming from the writer himself, bro.
Okay, but the creator of GIF still pronounced it GIF, and he's still freaking wrong. That's just because the original creators...
You're going against the guy who wrote Die Hard. Wow.
Huh?
You're going against the guy that wrote Die Hard. Wow.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I always go against the grain. But look, and this is a larger conversation of what creators and storytellers and writers, what they want to insert into their screenplay, their fictional work, and what is actually there. The argument, what we both can agree on is the movie takes place during Christmas, for sure. The movie has Christmas themes in there. The movie has Christmas hobbies, songs. It does have a lot of Christmas themed stuff in there. But
and to be fair, that the evidence I just gave you came from Terry Theroux. He's a journalist for the Gazette, and he wrote this article for his paper, and I'll definitely want to give him credit for that. Mm-hmm. So just check that out, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me. But as I was saying, yes, there are Christmas themes in the movie. You and I both agree. Christmas themes alone does not make a movie a Christmas movie. If it did, Shazam is a Christmas movie. If it did, Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie. The Nice Guys, Lethal Weapon, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. If you really wanted to get into it, Harry Potter is a Christmas movie because that takes place during Christmas as well.
You're doing blasphemy there, bro.
I'm not doing blasphemy. These are your rules. These are your rules. I am just applying them fairly, not with a bias. Okay.
I'm not doing it with the bias. I have presented you loads of evidence there.
And I have provided my evidence, which is if you remove Die Hard setting and you replace all the Christmas themed stuff with other holiday themed stuff, or even not even holiday themed. If you just wrote up some excuse saying, "Oh, this is some CEO retirement party," it could still work. The Christmas theme, Christmas setting is not necessary. It is nice. It's fun. It's a decent poppy addition to it. It is not the bread of. It is not the cake batter of Die Hard's recipe. It's the frosting.
Oh, wow. Well, I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on this. Because, this is just an endless cycle of you being wrong and me being right. And, I forgive you. It's the holiday season. I want to end us still being friends. So, I forgive you for being wrong. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Andy. I forgive you for being wrong, Andy.
Wait, I already claimed it, so you can't claim it back. So
I just said you can't claim to be right just because you want to be. You have to prove your evidence.
I did
all your evidence.
I'm right,
and I have won. So thank you. I'll be here all week. But as wrong as Andy is, this isn't just about you, Andy. This isn't just about me. This is about you, the viewers. Do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie? Do you not think so? If it is or isn't, why is that the case? Please send us a comment, send us an email. Let us know your thoughts down below.
And be civil in your comments.
Huh?
Be civil in your comments.
Yeah, be civil and respectful, and show some Christmas spirit. Much like John McClane does in Die Hard.
Well, I think overall, as a movie in general, I give it 10 stars because it's awesome. It's a great movie. It's set the bar for so many action movies in that genre from the 90s to the 2000s. It holds up very well personally. As a Christmas movie, I give it another 10. I give it 10 Santa hats, which makes it awesome. So what is your rating on this film?
Yeah,
first as a film and then as a Christmas movie.
Yeah, as a film, I definitely give it a solid 9 stars. I do think at times the action gets a little overblown, but not by much. I definitely agree that this movie has set the standards, not just for action movies, but for blockbusters in general. Because the movie, not in addition to being very exciting and very high octane and very exhilarating, it's also written very well. It's also very smart. It's very clever. It's very well put together, and I would definitely say this is not only one of the better action movies of the 80s, it's also one of the better movies from John McTiernan's filmography period. So I definitely agree with you, Andy. It is definitely an action classic. It is definitely an 80s classic. It definitely deserves the high reverence that it has. As a Christmas movie, it gets 0 Santa hats. Because it's not a Christmas movie!
Scrooge.
Bah humbug. Bah humbug.
Well, I think we're going to end.
IA.
Oh, really? So, like David said, if you have any thoughts and comments about this topic, whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not, please leave your comments civil comments below and let us know, and we'll be glad to read those and review those to our listeners here. Also, if you have any movie suggestions that you want us to go see, feel free and just email us those as well. We'd be glad to take those up at the theater or watch them on Amazon or any streaming service that's available here. Well, in the words of the immortal John McClane, ho ho ho! Now I have a machine gun.
Ho ho ho! I'm hanging up.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week.
See y'all next week.